Well, good day, folks. It's me again, the carpet guy. Hey, I'm always talking about over and over and over again the importance of vacuuming your carpet. Now, I did something here. I just kind of showed it to you when we first started. There's my vacuum cleaner, plain old normal vacuum cleaner, and an entry rug. Now, the home that I'm in right now, I am in Stark County, Ohio, Canton to be specific. Back in my normal homestead, you can see I'm in quite a large home. The folks here are both doctors. It's a very, very clean environment. Now, this rug that I'm working on is actually as old as the home is. This home's probably 13, 14 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I already peeked underneath here, so I know what I'm going to find. I mean, actually, I did this I thought, well, I'm just going to see what happens, because I wasn't expecting what you're going to see here in a second. Folks, look at this. I spent about 5 minutes with this rug flipped over, upside down, vacuuming. Now look at that. Now, I always talk about doing this in a sandy environment, to get all the dry soil out of your entryway rugs and your foyer rugs. I'm going to grab a broom here. Look at the amount of soil that I got out of this rug just by flipping it over and vacuuming it. Now you can see this soil's really brown, which is one of the reasons why beige carpets work so well in so many places, because dirt tends to be kind of a yellowish, brownish. But you'll see when I get down there and pick this stuff up that this is just some super duper fine stuff. Now you can kind of see here, here's a pile. See that? It's exactly the same. We're pretty close. Of course, in the north, we just call this road grime, because that's really what it is. But look how fine this stuff is. I mean, it's just like this super light, sandy little powder. You can see how it kind of sticks to my fingers, but then it'll come right up. I mean, it's more of a dust than anything. But again, it just shows you just how much soil that all came out of that little rug. And I mean, I maybe vacuumed this for, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes, not too terribly long. So again, just an example, that carpet is actually doing its job. Carpet was originally intended, the reason why they started doing rugs in Middle Eastern places and all that other kind of stuff, was so the shopkeepers didn't have to keep sweeping out their shop incessantly, pretty much the entire time of the day, because the dirt would catch in the rugs, and then they could just sweep periodically so the floors weren't sandy. Obviously, when you're on a hard surface floor, tile, wood, anything like that, the sandy side actually gets pretty slippery, especially if you add some moisture to it. Then it just turns into an ice rink. So they began to use rugs because they would find that they would capture that soil, which, as you can see, this is exactly what this one's done. You can see it's all dirty. This is right outside. But these folks, they're both physicians. This is one of the neater homes I've ever been in. They're cleaning ladies here. We're actually not a cleaning lady. I mean, they basically have a live-in kind of concierge kind of person. I'm going to flip this thing back over, and I'm going to vacuum the top of it now to catch all the stuff that's in the top, and then I'm going to flip it back over just to see how much more dirt I can get out of it. But again, I'm in Ohio. Now, I always talk about doing this in sandy environments, but it's pretty important to do this just about anywhere. Now, obviously, that dirt, once it's in that rug, it's trapped. It's not going anywhere unless you do what I've done. But it also just validates the importance of vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. Get that dry soil out of the carpet, because, again, that soil's real powdery. But also, when you rub it in between your fingers, it's very gritty. So you got to make sure you get that dry soil out of your carpet as much as humanly possible. I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing back over. I'm going to vacuum the top of it first. So we'll go back over that, vacuum the top, then I'm going to flip it back over. I'm going to move it down. I'm actually just going to leave it where it is, flip it back over, and we'll see what we get. All right, folks, there's our rug. There's my vacuum. Now, I haven't even cheated and peeked to see what's underneath here. So I spent about 2 minutes going over the back of this rug, and I honestly don't know what to expect. So let's see what we're going to find here. Wow. Now, you can definitely see that the volume of soil has decreased considerably from our first pile. You can kind of see on the surface of the rug where there's, I've worked a lot of that dirt up into the surface fibers I'll go ahead and sweep this up over by this other one and take these leaves out of the way. You can definitely see that this pile is not going to end up anywhere near as large as my first one, thus meaning I've got most of this soil out of this rug. So there's pile number 2, there's pile number 1. You can definitely see I got quite a bit more soil out. So again, I'm just demonstrating the importance of vacuuming. Now, I know some naysayers will say, well, yeah, but you're a low moisture cleaner, so you're not really extracting. Here's the reality, folks. I ran a truck mount for well over 10 years, pretty good sized truck, 3.3 blower in a Butler machine, which that's just a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo. If you're not a carpet cleaner, carpet guys, of course, are kind of like gearheads, you know. Oh, I got a 4.0 blower, I got a Roots 5.0, you know, 27 horsepower, you know, running. I mean, a friend of mine used to have one with a 36 horsepower tractor motor. I mean, there's some huge pieces of equipment out there. But this rug has been extracted many, many times over the years. And again, once that dirt gets down into the back of the fibers, you know, that's pretty much where it lives. You're not even going to know it's down there. You could shake this thing and beat it, you know, just by using some physical mechanisms, you know, and it takes that beater bar, that vacuum to push it down back out. But I'm simply demonstrating the amount of dry soil. I mean, this thing's what, 2 foot by 3 foot? Maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 2.5 by 4. So we've literally got 8 square feet of carpet here. And look at the amount of soil that thing has held. And honestly, I decided to flip this thing over and vacuum it, just kind of literally just kind of for giggles and snorts. I didn't really know what I was going to find. I honestly didn't expect I would find this. You know, I'm in northeastern Ohio. You know, we don't really have sand, but you can see the amount of super duper fine soil that's built up inside that rug. So again, if you watch my videos, you hear this over and over and over again. And I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I'm just merely pointing out the importance. Vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. You're awesome. You rock. It's Carpet Guy.